Before starting with this video, can I ask you a question? You want to win money by just using your Wi-Fi or mobile data? Then you're at the right place because I'm gonna recommend you to use HoneyGain. But what's HoneyGain? Alright, HoneyGain is the first ever app that helps users to make money online by sharing their connection. People can now reach their Unisys data plan's full potential and not leave any Unisys data behind. So while you're connected to HoneyGain and you use your any app such as YouTube, Instagram, Discord, and it's a really passive income effortlessly. Trust me, HoneyGain is legit and pays you for sharing your data online. It had 1,000 positive reviews. There's a plenty of payment proof online show that it pays. So when you sign up for HoneyGain, you get a $5 bonus to your account that you can withdraw once you hit $20 in points. They estimate it takes like 2 months to reach $20 when you prefer to HoneyGain, but you get a $10 if you use my code to the description. It goes faster, so if you want to win money, then this is the right place to use, guys. Now, let's begin with the video, shall we? Hey everyone, Sonic Blast here, and today we have a new video in this channel that this time is not gonna be a speed art or gameplay. This time it's gonna be more like a review since I have been planning for months and this time I have the chance to make this video. So today, as you see in this video title, I'm gonna talk about Sonic Prime and my opinion about it. If you don't know what Sonic Prime is, I'm gonna explain it to you. Sonic Prime is an animated television series based on the Sonic the Hedgehog video game series, co-produced by Sega, and streaming on the platform of Netflix, which is the 6th animated series based on this franchise. But anyways, I think I don't like Sonic Prime at all, and I think a few of you guys like it, but for me, this series was a huge disappointment and there's some points of the series that I dislike, mostly about Sonic himself. So anyways, let's begin with this video and I'm gonna tell you why Sonic Prime is a huge disappointment for me. And before that, don't forget to subscribe and comment and give a like below. So let's begin with this video. I'm gonna tell you why Sonic Prime is a huge disappointment for me. Let's go! So, to begin with this, Sonic Prime, it has some moments. I feel Prime was a bit let down, to be honest, in my own opinion. I did honestly have high expectations, but the jokes and dialogue could have been a lot better. Plus, I feel like since Sonic Generations came out, Sonic stories are so obsessed with this parallel world style of storytelling. This feels like more like the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man No Way Home, and other series that involves with parallel world style. So, just like to stick with this, it's just like sticking one world and timeline. You can have other regions and all that, but this is getting ridiculous, to be honest. So, how do you feel about this? And what mostly annoys me is that Sonic's personality is being a stereotypical hyperactive kid because of his speed and the world Shadow universe are okay, but getting a bit tired of that trope that seems to be used a lot lately. I mean, look at Shadow. I do like Shadow so far in the series because for once, he's just a prideful character and rude. He's now serious and even smarter than Sonic. And Knight and Rusty Rose are interesting because they're new. I don't like the Eggman cutscene, but I hate that baby especially, to be honest. That baby drove me nuts. This is why I do not want to have any kids. But still, this doesn't change the fact that Sonic Prime is a huge disappointment. Let's look at episode 5 right now. It's not a great episode because how the writers keep the convenience forgetting that Sonic can move with the speed of sound. Also that moment when Amy locked him up in a tree cage. Are you serious? We already know at this point that you can dig a hole in the ground. Go just underneath. Why climb it all the way up? It's full of those inconsistent and very annoying. Come on! Sonic Boom series was way much better, to be honest. Even I know it. It was funny, self-aware, making fun of serious things in a way that I didn't feel like preaching. While Sonic Prime is just trying to be many things and owns. And that's just a huge mistake. Mostly, when they're getting attacked by robots, Sonic stays with it like, I'm done with them, go for the last one and the last attack until you think then you're done. But guess what? Hell no! This is not over yet! There are more robots out for freaking nowhere! Over and over again, like, are you serious? And despite all of that, Sonic Prime doesn't quite to do enough to stand out next to so many other shows and movies in the Sonic world. The narrative is okay, but given in multiversal journals are all rage right now. It doesn't feel all that original. It's just like too repetitive, as I said. This is a nice distraction all the same though, since this series is for kids who are likely to be the ones to get the most audience with, makes sense. But the biggest issue in this plot is that we don't spend enough time in Green Hill Zone as we know, let alone Sonic and his friends the way we know them. The premise of the show feels like something that can be done with a few episodes rather than an entire season. Like, are you serious? Parts of the variation seems interesting at first, but then, while others are so much. But by the time things are established to the show and it's ready to move on. So what I'm trying to say about this plot, the show looks good overall, and some characters are interesting. However, the story himself is mediocre. Some character voices sound out of place and not good, mostly with Sonic because his voice sounds like a coward, more like a crybaby. So basically, the action can be great to watch, but the majority of the show doesn't reach the same level of quality. Big Sonic fans may enjoy it, but for me, it's not that good, so I give it like a 50-50. And mostly how Sonic yells like a woman, so let me show you what I'm trying to say. Okay, jokes aside, and let's get to the point of this video. So, the reason why Sonic Prime is a huge disappointment is because of Sonic himself. Some of you may notice, and some of you will disagree with me, but his character is done very poorly. I can handle some elements that are done bad in a Sonic show. You can't have something perfect in general, while some things are perfect done for someone personally, but this is a case of both. What do I mean by this? Well, even when I saw the first trailer of the series, we got that scene of Sonic saying, "That's cause I'm good and powerful. Jealous?" I felt something was off, and my suspicions were right. I watched a few clips and I was annoyed by how they grow him, and when Sonic, from all characters in the series, I have the right to say that he's the one that annoys me and he's the major red flag in this series. I will try to keep this short, but first, let me tell you the following and the main problems with it. Why Sonic is so dumb? Sonic has never been the smartest character for sure, but he's never has been the dumb like that. Some may have said that he's always stupid, but I beg to differ. There's a difference between being stupid and being impulsive. It definitely makes sense for Sonic to handle things quickly without thinking, but not to this. He has been cautious and made smart decisions like in Sonic Frontiers, but in this series, mostly in the scene where he and Nine get captured by Eggman, and Nine told him to keep a low profile, Sonic tells him that he didn't say that, just go under my skin, and this attitude is present all this time. Even the things he said in certain scenes pissed me off. At first, I didn't know why, but now I do. In that scene wherein he wakes up and encounters Rusty Rose for the first time, he gets all happy and says, "Now we're getting somewhere." Sonic, look at your arms, leg, are chained up, and your first thought should be to get out because you're captured? Then you see Amy and you get all happy? You're in a different timeline where Eggman took all over the world, so your first thought should be, "Amy, how do you get in here? Are you alright?" But no, and that's not all, because in the scene where they put him inside that ball thing to make him run around, he claims, "Come on Amy, you won't do this to your boy Sonic." Seriously, she's now a robot, she's no longer there. His conscience is gone. You and all people watching this video should know this. And the way he says it, he sounds more like a stupid teenager trying to calm down his girlfriend instead of fight. Instead of saying, "Amy, please, snap it out. I know they're still getting you," like he always said in Sonic Frontiers. It should be called of desperation, pleading with her to find the good inside despite knowing that she was gone. Do you know what I mean? Well, this story is more like Shrek 4 because, let me tell you this. This is very particular because this was a whole trap for Eggman. And we know in Shrek went to a dimension that he never exists. So, in Sonic Prime, it goes the same because Eggman dominates the world, Sonic doesn't exist. Coincidence? I don't think so. Mostly, I would like to say more about Sonic being terrible with his attitude with his friends, like so selfish, bad, But that's a long list, so let's go to the last point of this video. At this point, this is getting ridiculous. Yes, he's a teenager. He loves to fight, he loves his friends, and he has impulsive moments. But he doesn't act like a kid. But in this show, he does. We cannot stop seeing him moving and behaving like a kid. It's not his character. He dances and shows fight moves like this is a Fortnite battle where he doesn't have to, making him look like dumb. He say things he will never say, do something he will never do, etc. Mostly when Sonic compliments himself in the game, he's not a giant ego. He say things like, I can do it, bring it on! All bark and no bite. These words are motivating and hopeful, no egoist. You get it? Because instead of asking Shadow if he's jealous, he would have said this, Eggman almost got Tails, it would be easier if you had show up, or are you trying to get back at me to be slow? Do you get it now? I mean, I also told this opinion to Flames Overdrive and he said all characters have to be made dumb. I know, but not this way. Getting to the point, the writers and directors said that Sonic started as an immature teenager who would learn his lesson, but has been always been mature. They also stated that he knows to value the friends he takes for granted. There's a difference between being egoist and believing in yourself. So with everything I have to say, let's take a lesson here. Sonic was afraid Eggman might win someday or kill his friends. He does everything in his power to avoid that. Nobody told him that Shatter the Crystal would create a multiverse, but still Sonic smashed it. It's not because he's stupid, but because he wanted to stop Eggman from him to stop using the crystal. He did it to protect his friends, but nobody told him this would happen. Now his worst fear has become a reality, or in many facts, despite his efforts, he started to question if his actions are more harmful than helpful. He thought he always had one step ahead of Eggman, but sadly, not this time. Sonic didn't lose because of his stupidity or desperation. Eggman took advantage of that, and now Sonic will do anything in his power to save the world and restore his own. And this is why I don't like Sonic Prime, and it's a huge disappointment, so I hope in the second season they can be better, and I hope to see Super Sonic in it. So anyways, if you liked this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe below. If you have any thoughts about this video, just comment below and I will read your comments, so feel free to share your opinions about Sonic Prime as well, and I will read it at the comments below. Alright guys, see you next time.